What's going on, guys? This is Ryan with Dark Outpost and game developer Rocksteady, who is about to have a huge weekend when they do the official reveal for their Suicide Squad game at DC Fandome. And they also gave us the much beloved Arkham series of Batman games. They are under fire today because of accusations. Accusations that they didn't do enough to prevent sexism and sexual harassment in a toxic work environment. Because what do you do when you complain about something and the studio doesn't do what you think they should do? You wait 2 years until they have their biggest weekend possibly ever. When you can get all the attention possible, that's when you bring it to the press, because that's just how harassed you felt, right? We're gonna take a look at this article right here from The Guardian. Games firm Rocksteady accused of inaction over staff harassment. Exclusive. Signatory of letter to bosses 2 years ago makes it public, alleging sexism continues. And this is on the heels of so many of these things we've heard from many different places. Specifically, Ubisoft would be the last big one we had about a month or so ago. And I will just say this. As we continue to hear these sort of accusations from nearly every game studio, every game developer, it starts to lose its impact, to be quite honest. You're okay, yes, some people thought there was sexism in the workplace. All right, moving on. That's honestly the way I start to feel about it after a time. Let's take a look at what the detail happened at Rocksteady. More than half of the women employed at the London-based video game developer Rocksteady 2 years ago signed a letter to bosses accusing the studio of failing to prevent sexual harassment and inappropriate behavior in the office, Guardian can reveal. Now, this letter was apparently given to Guardian, but they do not publish it. We do not see that letter. All right, it's not included in this article. So we just have to take their word that what they're relaying to us is accurate. The letter, dated November 2018 and signed by 10 of the company's 16 female staff, raised complaints about behavior, including slurs regarding the transgendered community. I think we can all probably guess that it's something that rhymes with the word manny. That's just a guess, but I'm not sure. And discussing a woman in a derogatory or sexual manner with other colleagues. Derogatory or sexual, so not combined, okay? Interesting. And sexual harassment in the form of unwanted advancements. Unwanted advancements. So being like, hey, I'd like to go out with you. No. Okay. I wonder if it went any further past that. You know what I mean? Because that is an unwanted advance. When someone says, hey, are you interested in me? Someone says no. It's because it's not wanted. Leering at parts of a woman's body and inappropriate comments. Heaven forbid, inappropriate comments. These men need to be taught a lesson. You cannot talk like that in front of a lady. I think that's what's going on. Since then, it's claimed that the responses amounted to one training seminar and that multiple signatories have left the company owing to a lack of action. Well, you know what? Honestly, if you do feel like the workplace is just not for you, if the workplace is full of harassment, if it's just not safe for you, then you, by all means, you should take it through the proper channels and then leave if you don't think it gets any better. You should definitely do that. So congratulations to them for leaving. One of the letter's signatories, of course, who asked to remain anonymous, of course she did, has said she had decided to share the letter because she felt people were still suffering from sexism, harassment, and inappropriate behavior. Now, this is a quote here, and I think that this is important. I have heard everything from groping claims to incidents involving senior staff, all of whom were men. Yet the only thing we had as a result was a company-wide seminar that lasted an hour. Everyone who attended was asked to sign a statement confirming they'd received the training. It felt like it was just a way for them to cover their arses. Now, it's important because she said, I have heard everything from, not I have experienced everything, or this happened to me. No, I have heard this. So when we get told that 10 of 16 women signed something, it doesn't mean that 10 of 16 women had something happen to them. It said that they had heard something. What if they had all heard this from one person? What if one person was the only person having a problem with this? We don't know, because it's all anonymous, and they waited 2 years to go public with this. She said the letter was kept private in part due to the company's devotion to secrecy, which is not unusual, and in part because staff members feared that if they left on bad terms, they would be denied credit on the company's upcoming game, DC Comics Suicide Squad. I'll be honest, if you wanted to stay on to make sure you got credit for this game, I question how serious you took some of these harassment issues. If it was really that bad, then I don't know if I'd stay just to get credit on a game that's coming out 2 years from now. But hey, that's just me. I don't claim to speak for the women. The signatory said the dismissive attitude towards women had in the past carried over from the company's output. Rocksteady doesn't have the best reputation for representing women. Citing, oh, here it is, of course. Citing the highly sexualized design and costume of characters such as Poison Ivy and Harley Quinn in previous games. You mean true to the comic books? Is that what you mean? They have a reputation for giving us comic book accurate characters. Is that what you're saying? Anonymous woman who's scared to make her voice public, although she's willing to put out this letter? All right, gotcha. Sometimes you could see the surprise on their face when you said that's not how women dress. Come on. Poison Ivy is wearing nothing. She's wearing plants. No, this is a lie. This is a straight up lie. I don't believe you. I do not believe you, woman, anonymous woman. I'm not going to hashtag believe all women. I do not believe you that you went up to someone and said, Harley Quinn, normal women don't dress like that. And they looked at you with some surprised face. Because no one dresses like that. We understand that. These are comic book characters. Nobody fucking dresses like Batman either. This is so stupid. Rocksteady acknowledged it received complaints about sexual discrimination and harassment. From day one at Rocksteady, we set out to create a place where people are looked after, a place fundamentally built on respect and inclusion. In 2018, we received a letter from some of our female employees expressing concerns. We immediately took firm measures to address the matters that were raised. One thing that I will say is that when you have situations like this, you have this group of women get together and sign a letter saying something generic about the atmosphere, the workplace environment. What else can you do other than investigate and then give training? That is all you can do. Unless there are individuals that are making very specific claims against individuals. Then you can do your research. Then you can do an investigation. But if it's kind of what it sounds like they just all got together and said, we've had enough of it here. It's a boys' club. They can't treat us like this, and signed a letter saying you need to do something. What are they supposed to do? Fire every man? Is that what they're supposed to do in this situation? And that is, again, why when comments like that about the sexualization, how men were surprised when they said women don't dress like that, that's bullshit. That didn't happen. That's why it's hard to take these claims seriously when they do happen. It's like the boy who cried wolf, to be quite honest with you. That's honestly how it feels. So let's just continue reading on, I suppose. See what else they have. Over the subsequent 2 years, we have carefully listened to and learned from our employees, working to ensure every person on the team feels supported. In 2020, we're more passionate than ever to continue to develop our inclusive culture. We're determined to stand up for all of our staff. Guardian contacted Rocksteady for a comment, saying that they called an all-staff meeting to discuss the letter further. New initiatives were promised. And they talk about the Ubisoft situation, that it does come on heels of the Ubisoft situation, which we have talked about, I think, on this channel and also on the Gaming with Geeks channel. I am so highly skeptical of all this because it's right before, like I said, this huge announcement at DC Fandome when we are going to get so much news about Suicide Squad Kills the Justice League, this new game that I am so hyped for. And to be quite honest, this doesn't tamper down my expectations at all. I hope that Rocksteady knocks it out of the park. I want to support their product because I think that bringing this shit up from 2 years ago to try to get some attention because 2020 is just a race to see who can be victimized more is shameful, to be very honest with you. But I'm interested to hear your thoughts. Maybe you think I'm completely off base. I'm sure there's going to be some people that don't necessarily like my take on this, that think I might be being callous and cold or, heaven forbid, sexist or misogynist. I really hope I don't get called those things. But time will tell. I'm just here to give you my opinion because, quite honestly, when you hear these things all the time, they lose their impact. And that's exactly what this smells of to me. But maybe somebody will be willing to actually make an accusation on the record, come forward with, hey, this person did this to me, and here's the evidence. But Somehow I doubt that'll happen. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, ring the bell for notifications, share this video out there, and I'll talk to you later. Thanks for watching, everyone, and a huge shout out to my patrons. I appreciate you guys so much. Want to follow me on Twitter or Instagram? Check out the description below. You'll find links to my P.O. box and my Patreon as well. And I'll talk to you guys later.